The local media has an agenda that they're going to serve. I don't know who's in charge of it or what it is, if it's like a headless monster.
I was pretty happy with that one gerbils the other night.
Oh, yeah. Honestly, yeah.
That was a good pizza.
Yeah.
Fat wallets and empty hearts. Which...
Fat wallets, empty hearts.
It's insane how little musicians get. So, if you're interested in support, not just me, but any musician that you like, one of the best ways to do that, it sounds old school because it is purchase their music, purchase their merch,
Hey guys, this is Mark from Rat Rod.
Hi, this is Mikey P from Skell.
Hey, this is Jeff from the Bell Jumpers.
Let's go.
Probably be Bo, because he's awesome.
This is Jessica for the band Dimited. You're listening to Pennsylvania Rock Show.
It is Bill. For some reason, I have the show looping back to me right now. Let me see if I can figure out why. I think I found it. Hey, it is Bill. It is episode number 695. We're coming at you on Music from the 412. Music from the 412.com, Build the Scene Radio, buildthescene.com, xrpradio.co.uk in Scotland, Mega Rock Radio and 107.1 KFGD in St. Louis, Missouri. We also are coming at you on oldiesxl.com in Philadelphia and Rudu Radio in San Diego, California. You did hear a tiny bit of GrimRock's song that we're going to listen to later on tonight. I'm going to re-cue that so that doesn't become a problem later. So give me just a moment to do that. And while I'm doing that, I'm going to tell you that this is episode number 695. I'm going to bring him up on the show because I'm floundering now. Hi, Grim.
How are you, Bill?
Well, things aren't going well already.
I hear. It's Halloween Eve.
It is. I lost a couple tracks. Great. Where is it? There it is. Okay. Anyway, let's get into what you have going on. First of all, this is your normal stage attire, correct? This isn't just a Halloween thing.
No, this is actually all my stage gear. Mm-hmm.
And why don't you introduce yourself? And I know you're a multi-instrumentalist. You can tell us a little bit about that.
I am Grim from GrimRock, and I know I kind of say it like that as I have a band. I don't have a band. I am a solo artist. However, when I do all my recording and everything, I do play all my own instruments and record.
Hey, I'm going to hold on one second. This is how this show is going to go. Okay, so this is episode number 695 of the Pennsylvania Rock Show. I forgot to press the play and talk buttons, so nobody heard anything I said. Grim is with me tonight, and he's going to give you a little introduction to himself. Those of you on the video, I apologize. Everybody's now caught up. Go.
I am Grim. I opened up the show with So there. So I am Grim from GrimRock. Again, I address myself as a band. I'm really a solo act. However, I do record and play my own instruments when I do my own music and everything. So that's pretty much that.
And before I forget, at the top of the show, you heard Lords of the Trident and their song Death Dealer, the Existential Gentlemen and their horrorcore song known as The Mansion, and Redson, A Wolf's Tale. In case you haven't figured it out, we are going for a Halloween theme tonight, and Grim fits right in with that. So how did you get started, and how did the makeup end up becoming a part of what you do?
The makeup actually was a Halloween costume many years ago, and it looked different. I actually posted a picture of it one day, the original Grim look, and I went to this party, and I didn't talk the whole party. I just grunted, and I'd walk up behind people and like, and it disturbed so many people. I loved it. So I decided I was going to use it one day for something else, and then I didn't for a long time. And then when I started this particular project, I brought it back to life.
Cool. How long does it take to get that on before a show?
It depends. If I do it, I just smear it on, and it doesn't take long. My wife helps me out, and it looks a lot better than it does today. It takes about a half an hour.
So you are from the Pittsburgh area,
right?
You played all over the world. You want to name drop some of the places that play your music?
Oh man, I've been played in the UK, Canada, Spain, Germany, just a lot of places, crazy places, man. I don't even know. I don't even know how they got the music some of these places. I think it's just by one station to another internet wise, and I get a lot of radio play, especially in Spain, Germany, and in the UK mostly. And it's crazy because I get all this international play, and it's hard to get some, the regional kind of play, or even in the US,
So I'm looking over your shows. You're playing in Erie, you play in Pittsburgh. What are some of the other places that you get to play at?
I played the Rock Room last up in Pittsburgh, and then I played the Green Beacon Gallery in Greensburg before that. I've hit all kind of open mics everywhere from Irwin to Millvale to you name it. I've traveled all over the place to do open mic. But my next gig's at the Hard Rock on the 13th of November in Pittsburgh, and then the one at the 22nd is in Erie, PA at Philly on the Rocks. Those are my next two.
So I have not been at Philly on the Rocks, but I've known about it for a while now. Just like Basement Transmissions there in Philly, or not in Philly, in Erie. I'm going to have to hit both of those venues at some point. I'm going to switch into my build the scene / PA rock show questions now.
All right.
I'm going to hit you with the pizza one first. What's the best pizza you've ever had because you're a musician?
I would have to say it was in South Carolina, to be honest with you. There's a place called Giuseppe's down there. And honestly, the guy was a Pittsburgh native and ended up down that way and opened up a chain down there. And it's called Giuseppe's. It's the best pizza I've ever had.
From Pittsburgh, but in South Carolina. So
He's
you
in
had
South
to go
Carolina.
You had to go all the way to South Carolina to get a Pittsburgh pizza.
Yeah, Bluffton, South Carolina.
And what were you playing a show there? Were you recording? What's the story behind that?
Vacation. We actually go to vacation in Hilton Head Island at the end of February every year, and I take a week of trying to do nothing, but I'm always promoting anyway and everything. So I sort of relax.
Sort of.
Somewhat.
That's what my Mondays are, except they're not.
Yeah, I know.
I really have. For those of you that are just tuning in, the beginning of the show did not go well, and things were running that shouldn't, and I didn't press buttons, and I'm catching that I'm missing some things here. I think. Let me see what I have going on here. Yeah, that's not right. Okay, hold on a second. There. Now I got it. Except I'm missing a song again. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to fix this while I'm talking. I'm going to ask another question. If you are leaving one of your shows and there is a DeLorean sitting outside, which means you can borrow that DeLorean and go anywhere in time and hang out with any band, because, you know, it's a DeLorean that goes back in time. And Michael J. Fox hung out with a band when he went back in time. He actually played with a band. Where are you going to go and what band are you going to play with? And keep in mind that we have the DeLorean for the rest of the show, because you can take it back to the exact time that you borrowed it.
Well, that's good. I mean, I'd like to go there, but I don't know if it's, well, I don't know. Maybe I would stay there. Who knows? But I would definitely do mid to late 60s. And believe it or not, there's several, I don't know, you guys should call them garage rock bands I'd hang out with. You expect all these big names and everything. And it would be cool to hang out with a lot of the bigger artists then. But I think it'd be really cool to hang out with bands like Shadows of Night and Chocolate Watch Band and all these crazy small bands, 13th Floor Elevators. They're just, you know, garage rock, indie rock of that time. You know what I mean? Just the sound. The sound is so raw from them. You know, it's just, that's what I really love about it. You know, I love to hang out like that. You know what I mean?
Hey, so I'm going to take a break and get myself sorted out. And while I'm doing that, you guys are going to get to hear Haunted by GrimRock. And on the video side, we're going to, well, you'll see what you're going to do. We'll be right back. Quantum Theater is presenting The Flying Lovers of Vitebsk, a remarkable klezmer musical based upon the love story of artist Marc Chagall and his poet wife, Bella. October 28th through November 6th at the Rodef Shalom in Oakland. For more information, go to quantumtheatre.com. That's quantum, THEATRE.com.
Music from the 412 with your concert calendar this week. I'm Bonnie Diver, and here's what's going on. Coming up on Friday, November the 3rd, it's Band Camp Friday all day long. November the 4th, Tower of Power will be at the Carnegie of Homestead Library for a concert, and listen to win tickets for that show all this week. Also, November the 10th, chance for you to win tickets to this show. Don McLean's going to be also at the Carnegie of Homestead Library for a concert. November the 11th, it's Medusa's Disco featuring the legendary Hucklebucks. That's at Deadhead Winery. November the 18th, mark your calendars for Moonwalker. They're at Preserving Underground. And you've got a chance to win tickets to that show also by listening to Music from the 412. That's your concert calendar, Music from the 412.
I just really feel strongly about pursuing your passions. We can all have careers, we can all have jobs, we can all do things to make our living, but at the end of the day, you can't lose yourself in that process. Nothing will ever replace the experience and the feeling that you get from being in a real recording studio and tracking with a bunch of band members and just getting into the groove and making magic. All my life I had said this is what I ultimately want to do, and I realized I was at a point where if I was going to do it, it was go big or go home.
Music from the 412 would like to give a very special shout out to our amazing sponsors. Because of you, more people than ever can discover Pittsburgh's vibrant music scene every day. We'd like to thank Main Street Music and Sound, Shady Lady Productions, Drusky Entertainment, J&T Tire Pros, Moondogs, Red Medicine Recording, the Pittsburgh Shrine Center, WQED, Deadhead Winery, Pamela Bryan, and Quantum Theater. Thank you for supporting local Pittsburgh creativity.
And we are back with GrimRock. I think I have us live everywhere this time. Hopefully. I'm going to start doing that too. So for those of you that are tuned in for the second week in a row, yes, I have a lot less hair. I kind of went as Gru from the Minions movies to school, and my students can't understand why I shaved my head for one day. In fact, they're still asking me why I shaved my head. And, it's only hair, and I didn't have much to begin with, so it doesn't really affect anything.
I think it looks mighty good.
Well, it did affect my ability to wear a Roman crown today, like my daughters wanted me to on the show. Because kind of need a little bit of hair to keep that thing on your head. Okay, so we just heard Haunted by You. Tell us a little bit about that song, please.
Haunted, the song and the video really randomly came together, to be honest with you. It's funny because a lot of the shots in that video are all around the region except for a couple. And when I put when I started putting the video together, I wasn't really sure what I was going to do. And a buddy of mine by the name of Louis Tivy, he's an artist over in the UK, an indie artist. I talk to him daily, and I was telling him what was going on with it, and he ended up taking videos of his wife, the goth girl that's in the video is Louis Tivy's wife, from Staffordshire, England, is where he's at, and sent it over to me to put together with the rest of the stuff that I had. And the only other part of that video that wasn't from around here was the church, and that's in Moundsville, West Virginia. The song itself is pretty much like a reflection of myself, like looking inside of myself, like there's just so many things going on, when I get to the chorus, haunted by looking in your eyes, or the things in your mind, it's just, I have a lot of things sometimes nag me, and I'm pulled every which way sometimes, and it gets stressful. And that particular chorus just kind of throws it out there, like, hey, in my own mind, kind of thing. And that's mostly where it was built from. The rest of the stuff I don't even know. Like I started singing things. When I build a track, I usually get the music and I make a hum track. I don't usually have lyrics before the track's built, and I hum with it so I know where things are at, intonations, word placement is, and I go back and just start kind of just coming up with words and just kind of filled the rest in. But it was just crazy enough. Like the lyrics sound pretty crazy, and it just kind of fits my inner being,
I'm going to interrupt for a second. Do you have any idea what Tattoo Baby is trying to say there?
Glasses, purple, yellow, diamond. No, I do not, but I can tell you who she is.
Go ahead.
So she is my cover model for my GR5 album that's coming out mid-December. She's a tattoo model. And she's here. I'll give her a plug too. While I'm on. All right, she's actually going to be in a magazine this month coming up. So if you check my page and her page, you'll find it. She's a really cool chick.
She also said hi. The heart over the skull makeup is kind of different.
I think she understands.
Let's see. What's a non-traditional venue that you would like to play at?
Non-traditional. I think just, man, I don't know. I could tell you all the ones I'd love to play at, but they're pretty traditional though. If I could do
Well, here.
anything anything that's even if it's impossible, be cool as hell to play on the moon.
That comes up a lot.
I think that'd be really cool. Like get your sound out in space.
Yeah, I mean, well, the thing is, and I'm going to kick into, since you use kick there, I'm going to kick into science teacher mode for a moment. To have sound, you have to have matter that vibrates. And when you're in space, the matter is pretty spread out. So you would have to build an atmosphere of some sort with you. So it would be a very expensive show.
I would believe that. It'd have to be like the Beatles that did telecom through everything, you know, when they did All You Need Is Love. You had to beam it to everybody.
So what is something? Normally I ask the band members to tell me something embarrassing that one of the other band members did, but that means you have to tell on yourself. So what's something embarrassing that's happened to you on stage?
I almost caught myself on fire once, but you know.
Okay, you can't just leave it go at that.
Well, you know, you gotta I've been told not to use candles as a prop. I took one time, and it was a long while back, and it kind of just I dropped it on me.
Whoops.
I mean, it went out, but I mean, it still was smoldered, and I smelled it the whole night. But so I guess maybe it's really not almost catching myself on fire, but I still, you know, I could have guessed if I had enough of them. Still sucked. I really wanted to have it on there as a prop, you know.
Yeah, that's.
I've never fell off one or anything.
You just made me think of the day that I was trying to teach my students during the pandemic. I was trying to teach them about island making over hotspots, and I put a grill on my stove, a griddle, and apparently there was a little bit of oil on the bottom, and I almost caught my stove on fire. Yeah, that's what they remember from that lesson, not what I was teaching. That I almost caught my house on fire.
Right.
That, and they could see my bread. Yeah. Let's see. If you could sit down with any songwriter in the history of the world, and remember you still have a DeLorean, so you can do that history of the world thing, and write a song, who would you want to sit down with?
Nick Drake. I love Nick Drake, how he puts his stuff together. And I know that's kind of crazy because I play heavier stuff and he's acoustic and mellow and mild, but it's just the way he does it, the way he puts the stuff together, the chording, the chord progressions and things like that. I think it's just fantastic. You know, he has that, you know, I don't want to say depressing sound, but that, you know, the undertone, you know, the more moody, you know, the dark, moody kind of thing. And I think his stuff sounds fantastic. I'd love to sit and write with him or try to jam with him or something, anything, you know. I think that'd be really cool.
If you were sitting with a musical idol and you were allowed to ask them one question, this is like your Forrest Gump moment on the bench with the box of chocolates. Who are you going to be sitting next to, and what question are you going to ask?
I think I would have to be sitting with Jimi Hendrix. And I think the question I would like to ask him is his song, Axis Bold as Love, how it plays that lead at the end and it fades out, but it keeps getting busier and busier, and he keeps getting more frantic with the finger picking and, you know, the fingering and stuff like that. I would ask him, did he actually record more, and what does it sound like? Because I would love to know if there's actually a tape or something out there, if they let him go and just let him jam for however long to see how crazy it really would have been or what he would have done with it. Because I think it fades out way too early, you know, from what he was doing at that point of the track. And I get what they were doing, you know, but it just, you know, you listen to that and you listen to that lead and how it fades out. You're just like, oh no, I want more. I want more. Where's it at? You know, there's got to be more. And hopefully he says, yes, there is more, and I can hear it.
All right, so up next is the official build the scene question, and that's who's your Dave Grohl? And by that I mean, who do you want to go up on stage with and perform one of their originals?
One of their originals. I think if I had to pick somebody to go up on stage with, who the heck would I go up on stage with? I really don't know. I don't know who I'd want to go up there with. I know that's kind of odd. You think I would know, whatever. I mean, not real sure. I like so much music and so many different bands and stuff. I don't know. It's kind of hard just to kind of say, oh, I want to go up with.
Here, let's go this route then. You're going to make a mixtape to listen to on your way to South Carolina.
Okay.
Who's going to be on that tape?
Adamant. I love Adamant. Gary Newman. A lot of early 80s stuff.
Tattoo Baby says that you should have said Eddie Vedder.
I could say Eddie Vedder. That would be cool.
Sorry. Who else would be on the mixtape?
Oh man, I'd have all kind of people on there. I'd have the Bee Gees on there because I like the Bee Gees. I actually warm up before I go to play music. I actually listen to disco, 70s disco, before I play music. It's really complicated if you listen to it. There's a lot of stuff going on. I'd have Bee Gees on it. I'd have probably Uriah Heep on it because I like Uriah Heep. It'd be a really eclectic mix. You know what I mean? Throw some Flock of Seagulls on there. Why not? He's got the hair like that,
Yeah.
Yeah. It would definitely be mixed up. There'd be no doubt about that.
That's kind of, how this show usually goes. I'm usually all over the place with the artists. A little bit of a theme this week, but you could hear a country song followed by a metal song followed by a folk song. It just depends on what I feel like.
Right. Just throw it together and listen to it.
That's right. All right, so we're going to take another break. Somewhere during this break, I'm going to be giving away some tickets, so you have to watch for that. And we will be back. On the radio side, you're going to hear The Devil's Coming by Negan. Hey, it's time to give away some tickets. But before I do that, I want to make sure everybody understands how this works. On the screen, you see the Tower of Power Carnegie Library Music Hall of Homestead website page on our Music from the 412 website. The way to enter is you scroll down to right where it says share this event, and you click on Facebook, and you tag both Dresky Entertainment and Music from the 412. Then you come over here to this ticket giveaway. You fill in your first and last name and your email address. Verify that you've shared the event on Facebook and tagged both Music from the 412 and Dresky Entertainment. Hit submit. We're only going to use that email information to send the tickets to the winner. We do not keep any of those emails. We actually delete the form after the show is done. That includes all the emails that are attached to each form. And then, you tune into the Pennsylvania Rock Show live at 9 p.m. on Mondays, and make sure that you pay attention to find out if you are the winner. And if you do happen to win, then you're going to keep an eye on your email box to see to watch for the email coming from myself. And that email will also include Adam from Dresky Entertainment. And then shortly after that, you will get an email from the venue or the ticket vendor with your ticket information. As you guys know, this is usually the point where my brain doesn't work. But anyway, so tonight we're giving away tickets to Tower of Power. And let me get that ready for you real fast. So Tower of Power, the Fall Tour 2023, celebrating 55 years. That show is on November 4th. That's Saturday. 7 p.m. is doors. 8 p.m. is the start time. It's at the Carnegie of Homestead Music Hall in Munhall. If you have to purchase tickets, the tickets range from $52.75 to $84.75. It is an all ages event. And let's find out who our winner is going to be. We had 2 people sign up. That's Andrew Carr and Keith Laydig. And Keith is our winner. So Keith, keep an eye on your email. And we're going to head back to my interview with GrimRock here on the Pennsylvania Rock Show. So we are back. Congratulations to Keith on the Tower of Power tickets. And we have some cool shows coming up. I have a list of shows that I need to send to Dresky and get approval for. So I don't want to release any of those yet because sometimes they tell us no. Not often, but sometimes. With that said, let's see. We have comments popping up. What do we have here? Oh, just Tattoo Baby telling Keith congratulations. We'll throw that up on the video.
Yes, congratulations.
Okay, so we have about 8 minutes. See, I told you it'd be a little shorter on the third one. So that was Negan Devil's Coming that we just heard from on the radio side. A little metal for us. We've had some rock, some grunge, some classic metal so far in the show. We're going to get... How would you describe 13 Occult? I don't even know what kind of genre to place on them.
Oh, I know. It's hard to put. I think that's why I like them so much, because they're just so hard to label. You know, it's like, you know, people ask me all the time, well, what do you think you sound like? And I really can't answer that either, because I listen to so many different things, and I think I fuse a lot of things together. And I think 13 Occult stands on their own too, you know, as far as stuff like that. I dig their stuff, man. I really do.
So I think this... I'm going to be playing the song Bottom of the Lake tonight. And I think it might be the first time I play that one. Usually I either play Skull Crushers from Hell or Become Zombie.
Yeah.
And I really think Become Zombie is a good fit for tonight's theme. But I was like, man, I play both of those songs so much. Let's get this other song some airtime. And they, like Grim, do have stage personas and are dressed up. So they fit in all kinds of different reasons. They fit into the Halloween theme. And we'll talk a little bit about the other band that we have at the end later. Okay, Grim. So how did you find us at Music from 412 and build the scene?
So it actually was a sponsored Facebook ad. And I was like, oh, wow, there's something from Pittsburgh. What the heck is this? And it looks like the logo looked like, you know, a logo from yesteryear, you know, on TV. And I was like, I wonder what the heck this is. And I looked at it, and then I just started following it.
I just realized what you meant by that.
Yeah. And so I kind of looked into it and started looking into it. I was like, man, that's pretty cool, man. I didn't realize there was anything like that here, you know. And it was all because of a sponsored ad on Facebook. I don't think I'd have never seen it unless I ran into somebody else at that point, you know. But I did find it through a sponsored ad on Facebook.
Hey, Matthew says you are awesome and you do a little bit of everything.
I do. Matt's cool. Matt actually wrote the lyrics for City.
All right, so give us a little more information about that song then.
City, actually, me and Matt go back in a football group, and I had just left a project called the Monolith Cage and started this GrimRock thing, and I was kind of struggling for tracks, and I kind of had an idea what I wanted to do, but I didn't get to do quite what I wanted to do. But when I finally got to do the GrimRock Radio EP, I wanted to have a GrimRock theme song so bad, and I kept messing with it, couldn't figure anything out. So I'd put on a post somewhere. I think it was Instagram, Twitter, something. I think it might have been Twitter. I was looking for somebody that had lyrics that I could probably put in the music and see what we can do. Well, he pops up. I'm like, dude, you can't write. I don't mean that. I don't mean that bad, Matt. It never dawned on me because we talk about football and just, I mean, I didn't know he wrote. No, I don't think anybody does. I don't think anybody did. And he sent me this poem, and it was pretty close. It's pretty close to what the actual song is and how it was written. We edited some things and put it in the more music form. And he didn't have a chorus for it, and so we just used the title "City" in the middle. You know what I mean, for the chorus. And that's how that came about. Matt's a cool dude. He's a Carolina Panther fan, though. I'll just tell you that.
Yeah, he did put "Go Panthers." And
See,
I
knew it. I knew it.
Yeah, I'll put it up there since you brought it up. There
He
it is.
did. I knew he was going to do that. That's all right. He's a cool dude, though. He actually, him and a couple other guys, actually put up.
Did he just spoil, or did I just spoil something there by posting what he said?
No, it's been talked about. I am actually working on another lyric of his. It is called "Curse Woman." It's like half done. So this goes to GR5. I have 3 tracks left to do. The next one I'm going to do is "Curse Woman," and I have it, like I said, half done. And then I have another track, "Obscene," and then I have a third track. It is called. Now I forgot.
It's contagious.
It is. No, it's called "Diminished," and actually that's Tattoo Baby's lyric, believe it or not. So she's going to be on the cover of the CD and have a track of her own on there as well. I'm really thankful for her. I really am, for all the things that she's done.
So I have a poem called "Shadow Walker" that I might share with you later.
There you go. Hey, I'll put it in the music.
I have to find it too. That's the.
We'll do something cool with it.
That was like early 2000s. No, late 90s. I wrote that actually. But
heck yeah, we'll throw it together.
Let's see. Let me look at the time. Okay, so we have like 2 minutes before I'm gonna go off and play the last 2 songs of the evening.
All right.
So tell us where you can be found online.
You can find me everywhere, and you can use @GrimRock and Roll, just like it says there, just the @ symbol, GrimRock and Roll. You can find me on everything except for Spotify, because Spotify does not let you have a custom thing. You're just a bunch of letters and numbers. But if you do @GrimRock and Roll, you'll find me on everything, YouTube, you name it.
And what do you have coming up next?
Outside of the 2 gigs, I have those 3 tracks I want to finish up. I got 2 that are finished that I need to send to Pine Box Studios. They're actually in Connecticut, and a guy by the name of Matt Kirshner's helped me with that. He's a super, super cool dude. And so I get those 2 done. That'll put me at 7. I'll have 3 more for 10, and then GR5 will be out mid-December. I don't know. I got my hands on a lot of things. I sponsor a wrestler, an independent wrestler, Jay Flyer. So I'll be doing work with him here this weekend and somewhere near the end of the month in November as well, I believe.
Where does he wrestle? What's his affiliation?
He's out of New York. He's in New York, so he does like things on New York, New Jersey, Eastern PA, that way. So the last thing he did was a PCWA, and he's going back there. He's done AXW and all kind of different matches. He actually has a belt from one of the ones he was at a couple weeks ago. It's on his page. He's got it strapped across his back, all that hardware, man. It's a cool dude. He's a super cool dude. I actually made a theme song for him. He comes into a GrimRock song.
Oh, cool.
Yep.
All right, so about 30 seconds. And I usually do this as a question. You have 30 seconds. What are you going to tell the fans? So what do you want people to know about you?
I love you.
That seems weird coming from the skull.
It does. I'm probably a pretty positive Grim. Doesn't make sense, but yeah.
All right, so I want to thank you for hanging out with me on episode 695.
For sure. Thank you for having me.
No problem. And we're going to play that 13 Occult song, Bottom of the Lake. And then we're going to go way back to, I believe this album is from 2004. It was a band I used to follow along religiously. I made their website. They're called Cage. And the song is Angel of Blood. And with that, we will see you next week on the Pennsylvania Rock Show.
Rock on.